know if that's too loud, not loud enough, etc. Hi, guys. Hi. Hello. Howdy. Indeed. How's it going, everybody? I'm so sorry for the long pre-show. Oh my goodness. Misharibo, thank you so much for the gifted subs. If you were gifted a sub, make sure you say thank you. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. Thank you so much, and thank you for the resubs. I unironically play Merge Mansions now. I have gotten very into many a Merge game, so don't worry. You're in good company. No, we did the classic thing. So like, I get classic thing, but do you like my temporary tattoos that my kid gave me? Adorable. They're mermaid themed. So I'm convinced she gave me the ones that she didn't want, which are starfish and a shell. And she got the cute mermaids and things, you know. Anyways, so I had seen this birthday that she's going to. I had talked with this kid's parents, and they were like, so excited to see you Saturday. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Didn't question it, right? So yesterday, I had double checked the invite. Keep in mind, there was no, this party is on Saturday, the blah, blah, blah at this time. It just said it's on this day, like number day, right? It's on the 15th. It's on the 15th at this time. And I was like, okay. So yesterday we got all ready, everything put together, hopped in the car, went all the way to the venue, and I was like, nobody here, dude. There's no one here. And yeah, it turned out, even though they had said, hey, we'll see you Saturday, they misspoke, and the party's a Sunday party. So today. So we got all the way there, and my kid was like, that's a bummer. I was like, I know, man. She was like, you rushed me out the door and everything. I was like, I know, dude. That sucks. I'm sorry. I did rush you. But to be fair, if the party was today, we would have been late. So we get to take two at this. So we went to the craft store to make ourselves feel better. Classic shit. Way better than the other way around. I completely agree. Yeah, better than showing up and being like, what do you mean the party's already happened? Your kid is somehow already an adult. You rushed me out the door. I know. Yeah. You rushed me for nothing. Yeah. Dude, I'm here. So it's a Sam issue now. Sorry, he's texting me. Speaking of. I can't wait to hear this issue from Sam's perspective later. What do you mean? What perspective would he have that's different? We did a VR chat birthday party for him yesterday. So that was fun. That was cute. We did that a couple years ago. We didn't do one last year, but it was really fun. So I was like, we should do that again. Do you experience the phenomena of Sam having a man look? Again, I have no idea what that means. What do you mean? How does that work? For anybody who hasn't played VR chat before, it's essentially virtual, or you can play on desktop. I played on desktop just because it's easier. When I'm the one who's like getting up and grabbing things and whatever. But it's world based. So people will kind of like Roblox in a weird way. People will create worlds and then upload them, and then you can go visit that world, right? And you can host an instance of that world. Some of them are games, some of them are just hangout areas. And sometimes they have well, I think always they have like a cap on the number of people that the world is intended for, before it like chugs, you know? So yeah, so it's basically, we pick a world, we picked a hangout house thing, we pick a world, and then go to everybody who said, yeah, I'd love to come, and say, join off of me, or send me a ping and I'll invite you in. Everybody comes in, and then you just walk around a house hanging out with people, but it's in VR or in VR if you're on desktop. Quite a few of us were on desktop, which works totally fine, honestly. The only thing that sucks about doing it on desktop is you don't get to like, you know, gesture. So most of the night I was a rat because it's just easier. So I just ran around as a squirrely little rat. Yeah. And then I don't have like a bunch of VR chat friends like Sam does. So I had never played any of the like game worlds. I had never really done like a game world or anything like that. And we did one that was like, you pick a meme picture and everybody writes a caption. And I was fucking crushing at that. I don't think of myself as a very funny person, but like I was crushing at it. I was like, oh my God, dabs? Mm-hmm. It was me and Eye Candy. We were both doing really well at it. And Sam was like, it's because both of them are fucking TikTok memers. It's like, yeah, and? What are you trying to say, Sam? Do you still like doing study hall streams? I do. They're just a different format than my normal streams, and they require more like mental prep of like, this is what I want to do, and making sure I have all of the things. That's the only barrier really for me from doing more study hall streams, is occasionally we'd have a day that would be a planned study hall stream, and I'd be like, I did not figure out what I wanted to do today, you know? I think there's a difference though, right? I think there are different types of like funny. Does that make sense? I would rather die. If someone was like, we're gonna do a fill in the blank meme game, it's you versus Octopimp, I'd be like, just kill me. Like, I'm not gonna win this. in a million years. Absolutely not, right? Because some people are gonna be more like witty in that way, you know? I think Octo is one of those people that is just like so off the cuff, like almost in a surreal way, like kind of just funny. He's just a funny dude, right? Gmart is also just an off the cuff, super funny dude. I think I have more goofball energy, you know, which is a different type of comedic effect, I guess. We do have to do a Sonic OC study hall. That's true. You know what I have been watching a lot of videos on and really want to try is oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like taking a cross stitch pattern and crocheting it. So crocheting with like 2 different colors of yarn and like creating a picture with how you like integrate those 2 different colors. I've watched so many videos on it, and every time I'm like, this looks so doable. And everyone's always like, if you know how to single and double crochet, you can do this 100%. And I'm like, can I? I don't know. But I think I have to try it. Otherwise I'll never know if I can do it or not, you know? They're liars. Big Yarn is out to get you. Fortunately, I have a whole bin of yarn. Every time somebody was asking, is Clark a crafty addict like I am? Yes, 100%. Today, we made cookies. Oh. Also, there are a bunch of oatmeal cookies for you. XO. Okay. We made cookies today, which everyone has said are insanely good. So, thank you. It wanted us to use a hand mixer, which I still do not own. So I was like, we're just gonna do our best here, dude. Clarky, look me in the eyes. You and I, we're gonna do our best here. We're gonna whip this shit as hard as we can, and we're just gonna go for it. And we did, and they turned out great. Anyways, so we made cookies. The second the cookies were in the oven, Clark was like, what are we gonna do now? Should we do crafts? I was like, bro, I need like a minute in between activities. I know that 6-year-olds don't. I need a minute. So our current rotation of craft projects, actually pause. So another form of content that I really love to watch is people who have cluttered houses working through how to like deal with the clutter, right? I find it very soothing because I can sometimes be a pack rat, right? One of the things that winds up happening all the time in the comment section of those videos, which I know should never be read, but one of the things that winds up happening in the comment sections is if somebody shows their kitchen counters or their dining table, some of the comments will be, I just don't understand how it gets this bad. Every time. Every time. I just don't understand why people don't clean up as they go, right? Etc. etc. The person in the video might be like, yeah, honestly, all of this happened in a day, so I'm cleaning it up now. And then the comments will be, I just don't understand how this happens in a day. I think you're lying. And yesterday, we were doing stuff on the dining table. And I thought to myself, I can see the whole story of this table. There was a part of me that was like, I should make a video or maybe multiple videos that are like, we're gonna declutter our dining table, which is also our craft table. We're gonna declutter it, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how we got here. Because I know exactly how we got here. There was nothing on this table this morning. I know exactly how we got here. I know why there's a mountain of stuff here, 100%, and I can tell you how we got here. The thing for me is I know I don't have the sort of brain where I can be actively tidying, cleaning, whatever, and engaging with my kid. Right? So during the day, if my kid is seeking connection with me or vice versa, I don't want to be thinking about tidying up or cleaning up after myself. I just don't. Because I know it's going to distract me from actually like having a nice time with my kid and having a fun, creative, sometimes messy time with my child, right? So I try not to worry about it. I try not to worry about it too much. And then sometimes by the end of the day, it's fucking crazy. Sometimes by the end of the day, the table is goddamn crazy. And that's okay. That's all right. But I have started thinking about that when I see my table. Like, I see the Matrix. I see which things were here first and how we developed into other things. Because a lot of times what happens, I think a lot of 6-year-olds are like this. Again, speaking of brains, depends on their brain, right? But I think a lot of 6-year-olds are like this. She'll start on a project and then she'll go, ooh, actually I want to do this. And then she'll get stuff to do, the new idea. And then the new idea will turn into, ooh, it's starting to look like this. I should get XYZ so I can make it look more like that. Goes to get more stuff, right? The thing that we're currently working on is realizing when we've hit the threshold. So that one of the things that we could be doing together is putting the stuff away, right? If I feel like we've hit the point where it's like we cannot add more shit onto this table. Okay, we started off planning to, we found sticks outside and we were wrapping them in yarn as a decoration. Sure, sounds great. So we've got sticks all over the table. We've got yarn. And then you wanted to add beads. That's fantastic. So we got beads. We've got all of our beads, actually. All of our beads are out. Every box with a bead in it is out here. Now we've added beads onto the yarn. But then you decided that you wanted to do jewelry, which is totally fine. Absolutely. So now we've got the rest of our jewelry stuff out. So we're making jewelry. But then you wanted to do the cardboard jewelry, the cardboard circle loom thing. So I made you a cardboard circle loom, and now the yarn is in the loom with the beads, but then you decided it looked like a jellyfish. So now we're trying to make a jellyfish that you want to give to your friend. I love all of that. I love the whole process. We cannot add more things onto this table. We hit the cap. There's no room left, dude. We can't keep grabbing stuff. And one of the things that has helped with that, honestly, is Peach, because she's getting a lot better at recognizing stuff that's on the table right now could fall onto the ground, and it's not safe for Peach to grab, right? So beads, for example, she tries to be much more careful about beads than she used to be. Perlers, Hamma beads, they're called here. Perler beads. She tries to be really careful with perler beads now. Just get a bigger table. It's such a big table already, dude. It's already a pretty big table. We're a family of 3. And this table can fit 6 people comfortably. Could fit more people. We got it with the intention, with the thought of Sam's got a big family. right? Sam's got a big family, and we want to make sure that, you know, if we're able to have people over, that we don't hit the point where we're going, there's no room for everyone. You know, we wanted to make sure that there was always room for whoever wanted or needed to be in our house. Because we have the space. So, but oh my God. What about a table that can fit 20? I don't know where I'd put that. I don't know where I'd put that, to be honest. Dude. My mother-in-law was like, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of, this is now, we're about to talk about poop. For anybody that doesn't want that in their life. My mother-in-law was like, I feel like Peachy's been having a lot of like weird poops. And I was like, she has. And I think it's because she and Gus have become a gruesome twosome. Gus is killing mice. And Peach brings the mouse in our house. So we have dead mice in our house like all the time. It's not my favorite thing. I don't like it. I don't like, and that's just what she is bringing in the house, right? This is why we gave her the crazy wormer when we brought her in, and they were like, "How often do you think she's interacting with dead stuff?" And I was like, "We're on a big farm. We're on a big farm, so I don't know. I don't know, but I can tell you that she has come into our house with a dead thing in her mouth before." And they were like, "Great, let's really go for it." So yeah. So I think probably occasionally she's chewing on a dead thing for too long outside. Because we try to give her a little bit of just like, be free, be wild, right? A little bit of wild time every day, to just run around with the other dogs and have a nice time. But she's now bringing a mouse in almost every day. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this, dude. I'm not a fan. And her face is big enough now that she can do that comical dog thing where I'm like, drop it. And she's just sitting there like, drop what? Huh? Drop what? I don't have anything in my mouth. And she looks totally normal, but I know there's a whole mouse in her mouth. Redonkulous. Oh, this? Blech. Like, come on. Terry and I were talking about it when we were doing Final Fantasy, because I was like, yeah, Peach just loves sheep poop. She loves it. And Terry was like, yeah, we had asked about, because when we were fostering another dog, they would occasionally eat each other's poop, and we asked the vet, like, is that something that we should be worried about? And the vet was explaining that the poop smells sweet to them. It feels like a sweet treat that they've just found. And that generally it's not dangerous for them at all. It's just dogs love poop. I was like, I hate that. I hate that. I don't like it. Every time I take Peach out in the field and she beelines for poop, I'm like, homie, leave it alone. Stop eating poop. I love you so much. I've heard it's good for sharing bowel bacteria. I guess it's like a natural version of when they, what is it that they treat by putting other people's poop bacteria in your body? I'm so sorry. A fecal transplant. Yeah. What do they do fecal transplants for? I'm trying. It's basically it's to get like a different person's gut bacteria into your body. And it can like really help you. So I guess it's like that. I guess it's kind of like that. They eat some poop, they get some new gut bacteria in their body, and then they're like, nice. It's nature's teamwork, I guess so. Interesting time to join. Sorry. We can move on from poop. We don't need to keep talking about poop. My younger dog has to wear a muzzle because she'll eat anything she can fit in her mouth. Sometimes she shoves the muzzle into poop and then I have to scrub it off. Bro, dude, oh my God. Maybe that's why I originally learned about it, because Sam had C. diff. When we moved here and he was in the hospital for a while, it was because of C. diff. And they were like, we got to keep all the old people away from you. Because I guess it's like extremely contagious, especially with old people. Did Sam get a poo-poo swap? I don't think so. I don't think he had a fecal transplant. But I'm wondering if that's why I knew about it. Maybe there was a conversation about it because of why Sam was in the hospital. I don't know. But apparently, I'm so sorry. I said I was going to move on. Apparently, if you've been in a hospital or worked in a hospital for a long time, you can smell the difference in somebody's poop if they have C. diff. Apparently. Anyways. I feel like I've been pretty good about doo-doo talk. I feel like I've been pretty good about it. I don't think I've been going hard on the poopy talk lately. Yeah, I watched a video where somebody was like, it was one of those TikTok videos. Sometimes people will go on TikTok and be like, hi, if your name is so-and-so and you're at this restaurant right now, guess what? Your husband's cheating on you, right? Like, I don't know. So sometimes people will try to like get each other's attention, but through a TikTok. And I don't know how effective that is really. But this person was like, hi, I work at a hospital. I was just in the bathroom at this place at this time. And I heard a person really struggling to poop in there. If that was you, you have C. diff. Please go to the hospital. It's very contagious. And I was like, wouldn't it have been more effective to wait and say that to them so that they for sure see it and don't be contagious all over the place? That seemed like a not effective way to do that. But what do I know? But what do I know? C. diff. C, the letter C, dash, diff, D-I-F-F. It's a shortened version of what it's actually called. But if you look for C. diff, if you Google it, it tells you about it. It's an infection in your small intestine, I think. but it affects your poop life. Anyways, let's move on. We shouldn't talk about poop anymore. I hit my quota. And yes, this is one of the Moomin mugs.
Have you ever seen a star so big?
I love it. Forecast Gray sent me this. It's very cute. Are you still learning Italian? I haven't been keeping up with any of that. Yeah, we've been talking about doing more Dale and Dawson with like a different group of people, which I think would be nice. His surprise beard thing? No, I didn't find a beard place to take him. I have little my energy. I'm not nearly destructive enough to be little my. My child, maybe. I'm willing to say that I could be in the Mimble family somewhere. I don't think I'm destructive enough to be little my. I don't think I enjoy people suffering enough to be little my either. What the heck? I got a salmon? Nice. I know. I've been trying to convince her that next World Book Day she should be Little Mai. It would be such an easy costume. And I told her if she's Little Mai, I'll slap together a Snufkin outfit to drop her off at school with. And she was like, okay. The Groke would be an unhinged costume to show up at school in, though. That's so true. Should I show up as the Groke instead? I do have the Snufkin hat. Behold. I love it so much. Definitely the betrayer of this hat, though, is wind. I need to figure out a solution with the wind problem. Hat pin? I don't know what a hat pin is. What is a hat pin? A decorative functional pin to hold a hat in place. Hot dog. Look at us. Oh my goodness. I should get a hat pin. Nothing a hot glue gun can't fix. I think maybe the hat pin is a better idea. They can also be used as self-defense. Hell yeah. Perfect. Yeah, because we had talked about how, like, one of the best versions of the Snufkin hat has the flowers. So maybe I can find a cute hat pin that's like a flower. It's been a long time since we read Dracula, yeah, because I haven't read it since I moved here, at the very least. Yeah, I finally dug my Dremel out. I'm so excited. I'm trying to figure out, I dug it out because we have these lights in the kitchen with just this metal sort of like thing like this, right? So here's the light, and then there's just this metal round like skirt basically that goes around it. And when we first moved, I was like, I want to cut those so that they look like flower petals instead. And I pitched it to a few people, and everyone was like, that's a very cute idea. You should go for it. So I'm going through my Dremel stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what will cut this metal. So far, nothing. So far, none of the attachments I have for the Dremel will cut the metal. I'm like, do I have to get it? Do I have to go get the right blade? Probably. That's okay. I have the Dremel out. No, the metal's too thick for snips. Not with my hand, anyway. Not with these hand muscles. Oh, look at these. Look at these grippers. Absolutely not. My kid smacked part of her arm today and felt it. It was right here and was like, "Mommy, there's a really hard bump where I hit it." And I was like, "My love, that's your bone." And it made me laugh because I 100% did the same thing when I was a kid, where I'd hurt myself and be like, "Oh, there's a huge bump. What have I done?" And someone would have to like look me in the eyes and be like, "That's a bone. It's a bone. It's okay. It's a bone." That's probably why it hurts so bad, is because it does not feel good to bang a bone. So, but it's a bone, I promise. How unhinged would it be? So my grandmother, I have my great grandmother's rocking chair in my house, and I love it. I've taken it to multiple people to get it repaired because there's a part of the supporting wood that just keeps breaking. And at this point, it feels like if I keep getting people to mess with it, it's really gonna start to fall apart, right? So I've just kind of accepted that it's decor and it's not a chair for sitting, you know? How upset would the people in my house be if I bought a skeleton to sit in that chair? 'Tis the season, after all. How upsetting would it be for it to just hang out in the rocking chair? I feel like I shouldn't tell anyone, but maybe I should tell my daughter so she doesn't freak out, and not tell Sam. I'm not buying a real skeleton, you goofballs. Normal skeleton. Do you think a 12-foot tall skeleton would fit in a normal person-sized rocking chair? It will 100% be there all year. I've gotten pretty good about putting my spooky stuff away. The only thing that accidentally stayed out all year was one of our study halls last year was felting little pumpkin magnets for the fridge. Those have stayed on all year long, and I love them, and I don't regret them at all. What about that behind you? What behind me? What behind me? All of this got added just in the last few months, so. How much do you know about your relative who owned the chair? I think it was my Nonna's mom. I know that the embroidery that's on the chair was her original embroidery. She embroidered the fabric that's on the seat, which is amazing. It is old. It is an old chair. My great grandma. Yeah, Nonna is like an Italian grandmother. Yeah. Unfortunately, so my family came from the Val d'Aosta, which is a valley that's between, it's near the Alps, it's between Italy and France. And so there's a lot of French and Italian in me. My mom, oddly enough, I feel like my mom and I look really similar, but my mom looks very Italian and I don't. I think it's skin tone though. My mom has like a very olive toned skin. But that's where my family's from. And my papa, my grandpa on my mom's side, was the last person in the family to know Italian and to know the patois from the valley that our family was in. So, which is sad. My mom and I have talked about it a lot, like how cool it would be if we knew it, but we don't. But yeah, my brother found out that we can apply for Italian citizenship, which is pretty wild. We qualify for it. So he's pursuing that. Just and you can apply like as a family. So he's been going to like everybody in the family that applies and being like, hey, do you want to like go in on this with us? Because obviously then we all get to split the cost. So, but yeah, oh my gosh, like how valuable would an EU passport be exactly? So yeah. So that might be something that we try to do down the line. You just look European to me. I look like a lot of people from Europe-ish all had kids together, and then 2 American people also had a child, and that was me. Much like a lot of white people in America, I think. I gotta take a baby oil shower to get all these fake tattoos off. I also have fake tattoos right now. These literally just peel off though, which is so weird. I'm not gonna do it because my kid will be sad. An ad break, disgusting. Yuck. The doll watch, yeah. Beep, 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 beep. I saw on Instagram you can use packing tape to take them off. Interesting. One minute left. Stream vibes. Yeah, you know. Yeehaw. I was talking with Matara the other day about some ideas I have for stream. She's so like, she has a lot of supportive energy for her friends, which is very sweet. She was like, you should do it. Just do it. I was like, fuck, okay. Okay. I will. Matara is a VTuber in VShojo. She's a big bug lady. It's good. It's a good design. Roach Mommy. I've never heard that one, but yeah, sure. Roach Mommy. Yeah. We were just talking about how like debuts are so different from if you're an indie VTuber versus like a corporate VTuber, and how corporate VTubers are more like locked in on like how they need to debut. And independent VTubers can just do whatever sounds fun or not like debut at all, really, you know. So I was just running ideas by her of like, I think that this would be really fun and like in line with the vibe of my stream and whatever. And yeah, everybody that I've pitched it to so far has been like, that's a great idea. You have to do it though. you have to do it though. Mm. Coming up with a bunch of ideas, but not going through with any of them because you're worried about changing your mind. It couldn't be me. I'm feeling myself go through a mental shift in a positive way. I'm not gonna go into it too much, but like, I think after after moving here, I started like really second guessing literally everything. Like everything that I did, the way that I interacted with everyone, the way that I did my job, everything. And it's been really, really hard to shake myself out of that. And I've been, I want to say just over the last like couple of months, I've been feeling myself shift out of it, and it's like exhilarating. It feels so nice to have interactions with people and have this sort of, be in this sort of mental place where it's like I can just be myself, and if it's not the vibe, then that's fine, you know, instead of feeling like I have to sort of put on like a weird, I don't know. It's I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but there is a really unsettling sort of insecurity to moving to a new place and a new country. And I can't imagine how much that's exacerbated if you don't speak the language or are actively learning the language. Like, it must be even worse. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about it with you guys, right? Like, I've tried really hard to like intellectualize, like, why don't I have good interactions with this person? Or like, why do I have trouble talking with this person or with this group of people? And I think I've reached the point where it's like, how many years of my life am I going to waste just trying to vibe correctly with this person? It's not going to happen. And it's fine, you know, and it's fine. And I need to stop like getting in my own way of like finding people that I do vibe well with and just feeling like myself again, you know? Yeah. You don't want to like overstep culturally. You want to like learn the way that people interact with each other. You want to be respectful, right? Like there's all of these things that are good. It's good to go into a new environment and be like, I don't know everything. I need to learn, right? Like I need to observe people and I need to learn how people interact with each other and what is and isn't okay. And that's good. I've done that now. You know? I've done that now, I think. I'm on the other side of that. I know how to not offend people. And I think I've just reached the point where it's like I've now met enough people that I can talk to just fine. Telly is a great example. Telly's in chat right now. Every single time Telly and I have spent time together, we talk just fine. It's not weird. You know, we just have nice conversation. And I don't have to think about it too much. Yes, you. And I've now, because I'm putting myself out there more and interacting with more people, I've now met quite a few people where I'm like, I can talk to this person just fine. And I don't need to sit there and be like panicking about what I'm going to say next or have a question prepped or like any of that shit. I don't have to, because conversation is easy with this person, right? And I think that has developed some confidence in me to trust myself, to not, fuck up and be disrespectful or like do something that isn't okay in England, right? I can trust myself to just say like, okay, conversation is easier with this person and it's harder with this person. And maybe that means that, I don't want to pursue spending a ton of time with that person. And that's okay. We don't connect super well when we chat. Right. Yes. I played Thank Goodness You're Here, and I was like, I get it. I get England now. I get it. I figured it out. I do, Telly. You're lovely. And you're very easy to talk to. You have a very sweet energy. And those of you in chat that are like, well, yeah. There's a difference. There's a huge difference between logically being able to look at it and knowing logically that that's the answer and feeling it in the moment when you're talking to people. Right? They're very different. And to start talking with people, and when I feel that awkward, like, why are there so many pauses? Just being like, I guess this is just an awkward conversation. So what are we going to do about it? You know? What are we going to do about it? I just got here. Is it coffee time yet? It so is. Did you bring your coffee or other beverage or beverage of choice? Do you have any examples of things you wouldn't do or say here, but would otherwise in the US? As a foreigner in the UK, I'm curious. I've learned to not do the peace sign. Generally, if the people around me know I'm American, they don't react. But don't do the peace sign. Just don't. Just don't do it. What's wrong with that? So the English equivalent of this is this. Just don't do peace signs. Just don't do them. Because if you're like me and you grew up on the West Coast, you do a lot of this to mean peace. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. I think it's a very West Coast thing to do this. But I've gotten a double take a couple of times and been like, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop doing that. That does not come across correctly. I thought that hand movement was a joke, not a real thing. It is a real thing, yeah. We do it for real. How long did it take Sam to tell you? He didn't need to tell me. There's a difference between knowing the thing and doing an automatic reaction for a photo and being like, that looks a lot like the way that people flip each other off here. The other one that I've been told in like, you know, when somebody's trying to tell you something, but they try to make it sound like they're not talking about you. So there have been a couple of times where I've been in conversations and someone has been like, yeah, well, you know, Americans are just louder. Americans are louder. Sometimes when you're in a restaurant, you can really pick out an American. And I think the only reason that they're having that conversation with me involved is because they're trying to tell me when we're in a restaurant, your voice really stands out. I can't do shit about that. I can know that up here. But at the end of the day, I have really harsh vowels and my voice stands out because it's a different accent. So, do I feel like in general I am a loud person in restaurants? No, but I do think that my voice stands out. And so occasionally I try to clock in with myself, like, am I being louder than everybody else around me? No, then I'm not gonna worry about it, you know. But I do try to be aware of whether or not I am doing the American volume scale, which is a thing for sure. I did do theater. I have a degree in theater. I felt so obviously American in Italy. We were just louder. Like, what are we supposed to do? My friend Jeannie, and she knows this, if she sees this eventually, she knows this. My friend Jeannie is from the East Coast. Those of you who are East Coast Americans, God bless. Y'all volume scale like crazy. What I mean by that is there's a culture of talking over each other. And you do this slowly over time, right? So if it's like a bustling restaurant situation, who cares, right? But there have been a few times where we've been in a situation where nobody else was talking particularly loud, but Jeannie would do the volume scale, and we'd be like, back down. Back down, my buddy. Meanwhile, I'm always told I'm way too quiet and no one can understand me. Free no! Yeah, Sam's family is pretty loud, but that's because there's a ton of them. And they all have big opinions, and they all need to be saying those big opinions at the same time sometimes. So last family gathering this summer was 72 of us. That's amazing. I think the last big family gathering was the baby shower for our new niece. They decided to just invite absolutely everybody, and it was so many people. It was really fun. Yes. Sam and all of his siblings eat insanely fast, and it is for the same reason that they've said it's like the food goes down and you have to eat. You have to try and eat as much as you want to eat, because otherwise it's all going to be gone. My sister's fix for that in her house was to make everyone's plates for them. So she'd be like, here are your plates. I'm not going to put the food down and have you all dive for it like animals. I'm going to make everybody's plates for them and hand them to you. And if you'd like more, you can go back in the kitchen and get more. Get one of those dog bowls with a maze on it that makes them eat slower. We have one of those for Peachy. She hates it. Peachy girl. She a good girl. I saw a dog get one of those dog bowls. They just flipped it over and ate off the floor. That's smart. We have one of those puzzles where the dog has to like step on it to get the kibble to go into like different slots. And I saw a video of a dog that literally would just, the second it was out, just stand on it. Like just stand on it until they stopped hearing the kibble go through and then get off and eat all the kibble. And I was like, oh my God. It's probably going to be Peach eventually. Me too. Yeah, we have, I can't remember what it's called, but it's, yeah, it's like a silicone ball. It's like shaped like a vase, and you put the kibble in, and then the top, like thinner part, you sort of lip in. So when it rolls around, some of the food will tumble out, but some of it will get caught like in the little pockets. So it has to be rolled around a decent amount in order to get the kibble out. She gives up on that pretty fast. I had a dog that loved that toy, but our new dog hates it. Yeah, I guess it has to do with like how food motivated is your dog, right? There are people that are like, oh my God, my dog goes crazy for lick mats. Peach will hang out with a lick mat for a little bit and then be like, and I'm done. Thanks though. You know? I have thought about using it with Sherlock, though. A very food-motivated boy. The problem is, I don't know if he can wobble it very well. I don't know if he's strong enough to wobble it around. But it might be worth a try. I don't know. Might be a weird take, but I feel like a lot of people could vibe with a lick mat. I have thought to myself, if somebody gave me a plate that had like a bunch of weird grooves in it and stuff and was like, here you go. No, you don't get utensils. Would I just be like, all right, I guess I'm licking it off of this plate? Or would I, like, what would I do? Yeah, our current issue with the cats is that they are on exclusively hypoallergenic food because Watson is allergic to normal cat food. The hypoallergenic food has helped a lot, but neither of them are super into it. They were at first. They liked it a lot at first, and now they're not really into it. So they'll come asking me for food when they have food, you know? And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do here. Yeah, we've tried a few brands, but I don't want to be like swapping food around, like kibble around constantly because it's hard on their tummies, right? To like swap foods over and over. So once we found one that they were like, yeah, this is fine, we'll eat this. We just decided to stick with it. But now they're like, all right, we're over it. Where's the wet food, man? Which I get. But hypoallergenic wet food is insanely expensive. And you also might be saying, Dodger, just feed Sherlock the wet food. He doesn't need the hypoallergenic food. I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair to be like, Watson, you don't get to eat this delicious thing. Only Sherlock does. Only Sherlock does. I'm going to trap him in a little room so you can't get to it. You can just smell it and know that he's in there eating delicious food that you don't get to eat. I feel so bad. So I'm like, all right, well. The only way we could get our renal cat to keep eating was to swap between 4 or 5 different foods. And when he got bored, we would swap. Yeah, maybe we just have to swap for a bit. It's just frustrating. Like, guys, please. Guys, please. I know, Bush Cat Watson. Her like skin flare-ups though have gone away, so it was the right call. Swapping to hypoallergenic food 100% fixed the problem. The issue now is that she's like not jazzed to eat, you know. I feel like that's kind of a disingenuous comparison. Your brother's allergic to chocolate cake, so you can't have any at your friend's birthday party. It's not a friend's birthday party, though. It's in our house. If we had Clark and one other kid, and our other kid was allergic to chocolate, no, we wouldn't have chocolate in the house. No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. My Bugsy boy only eats the freshest kibble. He'll scream and mess with stuff to get my attention to make sure he's got a fresh scoop. Yeah. Have you seen Barn Cat? Hissy Missy? No, I still have not seen Hissy Missy. One of the worst feelings as a pet parent is when they don't want to eat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree. I just did the math. It's about 200 pounds a month for cat food. That's what happens when you have a boy on a prescription diet. It's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah, bro, I still have no idea how that stream was started. For those of you who don't watch the streams during the week, we had a stream, what, on Wednesday? And when I showed up, the stream was already live. And it was the weirdest feeling. I was like messing with my scenes, and then I was like, I'm already live. So an animal got it. So here's what I know based on the evidence. An animal got in here, ate some tuna that was left in a bowl. So most likely a cat. Ate some tuna that was left in a bowl and probably stepped on the space key, because I think the last thing I had done at the computer was hit stop streaming, which is the same button as start streaming. So if it was already highlighted from me clicking it, then an animal could have stepped on the space bar and started the stream, right? Nellie, the Dachshund, was on the list of suspects, but her legs are this big, right? She can't jump up onto my chair, and she definitely couldn't get onto the chair, onto the desk, eat the food, and then safely get down. There's no way. But then what cat came in here? Could have been Gus. I've never seen Gus in here before, though. Could have been Hissy Missy, who I have never seen, full stop. So those are the two outdoor cats or outdoor-ish cats that are on the farm, around the farm. But then there's also the fucking neighbor cat that shows up all the time. And this cat wants nothing more than to start shit. So, could have been him. There's 3 cats that are on the list for me. 3 cats. I don't think it's Hissy Missy because, again, have never seen her. I don't think she would come into a strictly human area given that she fucking hates people. Okay. Don't think it was Hissy Missy. Could have been Gus. I guess. Really surprised me though, because I've never seen him try to get up here. And it could have been dickhead neighbor cat. Has neighbor cat ever gotten inside before? Neighbor cat will part the seas to get into our house. And the second he's in the house, Sherlock is trying to beat the shit out of him. So if we leave a window cracked open and it's one of the days when he's like, I'm going to go see if I can fuck shit up over there. He'll break into our house. He'll be like, that seems like an appropriately sized crack in the window. He'll get in. Sherlock will lose his fucking mind. This cat will get onto his back and show his belly like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Me? I would just want to say hi. Why are you being so mean? I hate this cat so much. So, I don't hate the cat. I hate that the owners... I hate that the owners... When I contacted them to be like, hi, I've contacted them twice. The first time it was like, hi, we found your cat. They're on our property. And she was like, oh my gosh, we'll come get them. The second time, I hate that the response was, gosh, we just get so many calls about this cat. I guess he's just bothering everybody. So keep him at home. So why do you keep letting him out? She was like, sometimes we don't see him for months. What do you mean? Whose cat is this? Like, what do you mean? Anyways, so I feel bad for this cat, but also I don't want him breaking into my house and stressing my cats out and then leaving like little old me. So anyways, he's my primary suspect because I've now riled myself up and I am mad at him. So he did it. I've decided. Hi, Measles. Yeah, I stream almost every day. Not Saturdays, typically. Saturdays are typically my day off, but every other day I'm here doing something. That's not a house cat anymore. He's a vagabond for sure. But he knows. He's learned. He's truly learned the behaviors to do. To be like, I'm just a little guy. Dude. He has some survival skills for sure. The cat started the stream and turned on fishing. Fishing automatically turns on when stream goes live, as long as the program is open. And I typically leave the fishing program open. far too many folks feed cats they don't know. Yes, that's also a thing. Mic is muted by default. When I turn my stream off, yeah. Does that mean we can fish off stream? No. Like I said, the fishing turns on when the stream turns on. So you can appeal to the cats, to the cat ghosts that are living in my office. And they might turn the stream on for you so you can fish. Actually, you know what? You're right. You can fish off stream. You just have to buy a fishing rod and go to a place with fish. Make sure that it's legal to fish there. And you have to know how to fish. But like beyond that, yeah, 100% you can fish off stream. 100%. Outside? Yeah. Outside? To the theater? Sam was so out of pocket the other day. We were talking about fishing. I think it was when Dave was over. We were talking about fishing, and I was like, yeah, I went fishing a couple times with my dad, but I never caught anything. Neither of us ever caught anything. And my dad would do the like, Brooke, it's not about catching something. It's about enjoying nature and being on a boat and just enjoying the peace and quiet, right? But I was a kid, so I was like, no, it's about catching a fish. It's about catching a fish, and I've still never caught one, right? And so I said this, and Sam was like, isn't it kind of impossible to go fishing and not catch a fish? And I was like, what the fuck? Excuse you? I'm sorry? He was like, I'm sorry. I've always caught fish when I've gone fishing. I was like, that's so good for you. I'm so glad for you. What do you mean? I want to go ice fishing so bad. It looks like the maximum version of like just have a sit, have a drink in a freezing little hut, get super bundled up and just see how it goes, you know? Bring some hot cocoa. Bring some mulled wine. I don't know. Bundle up real tight. Cut a hole in the ice and then just sit there and have a nice time. My dad took me to a pond to fish that he knew very well was lifeless. There was no fish in that pond. No! He used to say the same thing as your dad when we didn't catch anything. Dude, just let me catch a fish. I just want to catch a fish. And now Clark wants to go fishing. And so I was like, it would be really fun for both of us to learn. And, you know, I'm just petty enough to be like, well, Sam, Since you've always caught fish every time you've gone fishing, I guess we know who needs to be at the front of this thing. The known fisher in the family. I mean, there's a ton of laws about fishing here. Most places are catch and release. Fish crime. Oh my goodness, fish crime. Yeah, you have to have a fishing license out here too. My understanding is that you need a fishing license regardless. But I don't know, I'd have to look into it more. But yeah, it's if you wanted to like take it home for dinner or whatever, it's like only specific fish you can do that with, fishing in specific places. I've got the cup, but no coffee. Come on now. I didn't know there were fishing police. Yeah, they're game wardens. In the area where I grew up, there were hunting police, basically, because it's backwoods enough that I'm trying to think of how to put this. So say, for example, our property, multiple times we would wake up and there would just be coyotes all over the yard. Okay. Whole pack of coyotes would just be out in our backyard and we'd go, neat. So what do we do? Right? So it would be illegal to be like, I'm going to shoot them, right? What my dad would do is a warning shot, basically. He would not shoot one of them, but he would shoot at something safe, and the sound would scare them off. But that's the sort of thing that, even though our neighbors were like half mile to a mile away, you can hear when someone shoots a gun, right? So occasionally we'd have people coming up the driveway like, anybody doing some poaching out here? Just need to double check. Yeah, Joe asked if I would be in the evil campaign, and at the time I was like, I'm in too much stuff right now. I can't take on another thing, so I said no. The evil campaign has gone through a couple iterations. I made a character for the first iteration of it, but it wound up changing, so... We have a group chat with our closest neighbors so we can text the group when we fire warning shots at critters. That's real nice. My dad wouldn't even know how to start a group chat, so it's a nice generational quality of life upgrade. I know it's Sam, Criken, Junie, and I'm not sure who else. Oh, Charborg. Charborg is in it. Oh, that's fun. And Snuffy. Yes, it's a Joe Fudge game. Yeah, in the past we've said that if you have suggestions for Geekenders guests to put it in the comment section of the VOD, but I've thought about making or deciding on a place that would be good for that on the Discord. It might make it a bit easier. Like a thread in stream chat, maybe. Something like that. Yeah. Should they be people you know? No, not necessarily. You know, I'd look into them as a person. I wouldn't want to put us into a situation where we were like, yeah, so-and-so is going to be a guest. And then everyone would be like, that's certainly a choice, right? So I don't need to know them personally, but I would want to like background check them a little bit, you know. When are all of Critical Role going to be on? We should reach out to Matt. He's so busy now. He's such a busy boy now, but it would be very fun to have Matt on. Yes. So for transparency, people like Bree, we have tried to set up a time multiple times for. This is not anybody's fault at all. It's things have just like not worked out a couple times now. So some of the people you guys are suggesting, it's not that I'm ignoring you or that I'm snubbing that person. It's that we've reached out and a time has not worked. Scheduling do be the final boss. It's true. So sometimes there will be a person that is mentioned multiple times. And what I don't want to have happen is for me to say, yeah, I've reached out to them. We're trying to make it work. And then for everyone to go to them and be like, why isn't it working? What's the problem? Why can't you be on the show? Right? Not that I think you guys would do that, but I just I'm trying to keep any sort of like, whose fault is it that this isn't working out? I don't want anybody to be asking that question, right? Scheduling is always a bitch. So if there's somebody that you guys have mentioned multiple times, the likelihood is that we've reached out or that we've started that process and it just hasn't worked yet. But feel free, once it sounds like my mods are going to set up a thread. Once that's set up and there's like an obvious place to suggest a person, of course, if somebody hasn't been on the show, regardless of how many times you think that we've heard their name, feel free to throw it in there. It's good for us to know the interest level in a specific guest anyway. So. It sounds like you should start beef with Brie. I can't. I love her too much. I can't start beef with Brie. I love her. Brief? Mm-hmm. Yes. I love Brie too. She's great. She's very funny. And very smart. She's too busy powering through all 3 Dragon Age games. Look, when you find a series of games that you love, you just go for it, you know? Jesse is coming to England. He's going to be here for a little bit. He was like, we were talking about the audio on Geekenders because we like sort of fixed some stuff, but he said it still sounded really bad and compressed in like the actual recording. And I was like, I don't know. Then I don't know, dude. And he was like, am I going to have to fucking come out to your farm and change your audio setup? And I was like, oh no. Oh no, don't do that. Don't come all the way out to the farm to visit me like I keep asking for. Oh no, that would suck so much. Oh God. I guess that is what we're gonna have to do. So I guess I won't be able to fix this myself. I'm too inept. I'm big dum dum. I need you to come visit me. Oh God. Yeah. Next Geekenders, I'm going to make sure that it sounds like absolute dog shit and be like, I just don't know what happened. I just don't know. I don't know what went wrong. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm just a little guy and the audio's so big. Exactly. Yes, tank the project so you can hang with a friend. You're getting it. Yeah, exactly. Ruin everyone's hard work to force a friend to come hang out with me. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I'm going to do. For those of you that can't read sarcasm super well, this isn't a diss. It's just so that we're all on the same page. I'm goofing right now. I do love a goof. I can acknowledge that sometimes the goofs don't land. That's okay. Alrighty. I'm realizing it's 3 o'clock. I should probably wrap up. Yeah. Where do we think would be the best place for that thread? If we could set that up before I take the stream down so that I can tell people where to go. That would be amazing. If not, it's totally fine. I can make it after stream. I think a thread makes sense so that it's really clear, like, instead of making a whole separate, like, channel to go into. If it's like a thread in stream chat that's just called Geekender's Guests, I think that might make it easier. We're discussing if we want to do a thread or forum. What would be the benefit of a forum? Just so people can be like, yeah, I like this person. Or, no, they suck, they're stinky. Because people can like the forum post based on interest. That's true. And then if we do an episode with that person, we can link to the episode. So if a person goes looking for it, they can be like, oh, they already did an episode with them. That's true. Okay. Let me read off the activity feed then. One moment. Exaven, thank you for the 95 months. Lily Lover, thank you for continuing your sub. Pokemon Trainer, thank you for the 4. It doesn't say how many months, so I can't thank you for a certain number of months. I'm sorry. It just says that you've continued it, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Crickbell, thank you for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. Cybergoober for the 20. Athulu for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you both very much. Mizu Noise for the 80, Firestorm for the 54, Misha Rebo, thank you again for all the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, guys. Any of you who are new, I appreciate it. Tana O'Neill, thank you for the 64, Yaktos for the 7, Tatters for the 57, Kazardoon for the 117, Nat Patat for the 100, happy 100, and Chris V for the 37 months. Thank you guys so much. Fantastic. Wah, wah, wah. I did not have Raid Leader open! That's pretty rude. Dude, I'm so excited to look up hat pins. I'm so excited about hat pins, dude. This is gonna be great. Benji's just starting. Let's send you guys to King Bendrick. A lovely boy. Go say hi. Spread love and joy. He's playing Satisfactory. So, seize the means of production or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that game works. Anyways, have a great day. Sunforged is tonight if you're looking for something to watch. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for our normal stream. Bye!